Rolling. Take one.
Ew. Cushion there, please. Right, black one or anyone, doesn't matter. Thank you. Right.
Am I in shot here? See the reflection.
Let's not. Should we have your little face down there in the corner?
Alright, so, alright. 3,
Oh,
2, 1.
Hello.
What's up, humans? How are you? It is myself, Ramon, and my good man, Jim Scheer of Galactic Ireland. We're here this week for our weekly Galactic news. This is our new segment that we're going to be doing every week, telling you what's going on up in the sky, getting the eyes on the sky, seeing what's going on in the Milky Way, because it's always a lovely day in the Milky Way. Figuring out what we're going to be doing this week as well with regard to some stargazing tours. And basically, what's going on? What's going on in the galactic sense? Because there's always new stuff going on every single day. We're finding new stuff. So I just thought it was a good idea that we make a video. We start doing a weekly TV show.
I think that was a good idea. I do. And that's the thing that blows my mind. Actually, is there's always something else going on up there. There's always something new being discovered, or and that's not happening every day on Earth. There's some magic going on down here, but out there, it's all like. It's all very new, isn't it? And exciting, isn't it?
It totally is. So I think it's important that we get everybody aware of what's going on up there, because as above, so below. What happens out there, all the energy that's swirling around out there affects everything that's going on here. Might seem a bit woo-woo to some people, but we actually believe that there is a big energy force out there that's affecting everything that's going on here. Just look at the year that we've had so far. It's been a bit mad, a bit bumpy. It's totally new. All this new COVID stuff. It's just we don't know how to deal with it. It's totally crazy. I believe that in life, though, the only real thing that's true and that makes sense is the stars. It's the only honest and true thing to me when I look out there. I know it's real, and I know that it always tells the truth and it doesn't lie. So, what's happening on the news this week, Jimbo?
Check it out, man.
Yeah.
Last week they found a leak on the International Space Station.
Psst, Jesus.
That'd freak me out. Imagine that.
That would freak me out.
You're in a tin can, flinging yourself around this pebble that we call Earth, and someone just hears a little bit of a
Yevgeny, do you hear something?
This could be the start of something.
Yevgeny. Jokes aside, though, they detected this leak late 2019. So they've actually moved a lot of them, there's only 3 of them at the moment, and they've moved them over into the Russian segment of the space station, because it is a little less it's a little less drafty over there, and a little bit more cozy until the ground crews can figure out what exactly the hell is going on and how they're going to fix it. I just was thinking, lads,
that's the gear, I reckon. They got a few rolls
gaffer's tape, man. That is the stuff
that's
right there. That is exactly what. Yeah, I'm telling you. Tape it up, man. Tape it up. There was only like a sliver of gold foil separating the astronauts from space when they went to the moon. They basically had the thing shielded in gold, because gold is an excellent radiation shield.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, there you
Would
go.
you trust it yourself? One sliver of gold?
Oh. No.
Did you drive around in a car made of a
Well, they made it there and back. If I saw somebody else going out there and they actually made it back and forth, then obviously if they came back and they weren't green and they weren't radioactive, then it would be like
happy days.
I think I'd be okay with it. Nice. We have just recently detected an asteroid 2018
VP1.
VP1, catchy name. It's in a near Earth orbit, but it has a 0.41 chance of actually hitting us. But if it does come into our atmosphere, it probably will burn up, but we would rather it had a 95% chance of hitting Trump in his big fat supernova head.
That'd be handy.
I reckon if he did explode as a supernova, the universe would be so happy that it would be a supernova of joy.
It's going to be like you see them on the movies. They come screaming in, they're massive, and the atmosphere breaks them right down to just this tiny little pebble, and it just goes tink on the side of your Scotch glass. Boom, gone. That's it.
In other news, a supernova may have destroyed everything in the Devonian period. Jimmy, what's the Devonian period?
When was that?
Exactly. 360-something
million years ago.
Tell me about it, Jimmy.
Well, listen, I wasn't there personally. But from what I've heard about it, there were a lot of big animals. Fish the size of buses, rats the size of cats the size of elephants. Shit was crazy. And needed to be transported to check, you know. Lads were huge. I don't know what was going on. Arnie was like a puny dude back then, you know. I don't know what was happening.
So there's just all these giant fish swimming around.
Yeah.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
They found like this layer of sulfur, all over the planet. They've said, well, that's it. That's what happened. Something of a massive high intensity occurred near enough that the shock waves wiped out like 75% of everything.
What's wiped out?
Right back. Turtles, at least. Alligators. Dragons. They were wiped out later on.
Right. And they were dragging behind.
Yeah. Came on a bit later.
Half of the atoms on the planet could be digital data by 2245.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Right, so information might seem immaterial, but within a few short centuries, the total of digital bits produced annually by us, humanity, could exceed the number of atoms on the planet and account for half of the planet's mass.
That is bonkers.
Yeah, because that kind of blew my mind, because I'm like, so data has mass. Like it weighs something. Because I was like, but I've got data in my. Does that mean if you've got
your brain?
Does that mean if you've got like a 60 gig phone and you have it full, it's actually heavier than a 32 gig, a full 32 gig phone?
But
do you know what I mean? What do you reckon?
It's all switches.
Does that make sense, Brian?
No comment.
It's clear.
It's clear. No, but you know what I mean? How can
I've only paid from the neck down.
I thought it was all little switches, right? So if the switch is on or off, that's all it is, right? That's all data.
But Brian was making the point earlier on. Everything has a mass, like so. Like, okay. But like data, that's a mad thought, though, isn't it? That actually the mass on the Earth.
What about the sound coming out of your mouth? Has that got a mass?
Oh yeah, massively annoying. The Andromeda Halo is recently being discovered, buzzing out across space. So a halo is basically the huge waves of plasma that reach out from a galaxy. And apparently the halo from the Andromeda galaxy, which is our nearest spiral galaxy neighbor, has reached out 1.5 million years into space, and it's actually met our halo. So our halo has stretched out into space as well, and the two halos have actually met for the first time, which is hello.
That's
hello.
Lovely.
It's pretty cool,
That's
right?
Lovely,
it's kind of like that Sistine Chapel moment where the two hands come across.
That's
it's
a
pretty
nice
cool.
moment,
It is. It's a nice thought. Our galaxies are going to collide. The Andromeda galaxy is going to collide with our galaxy in the next few 100 million years.
You get insurance for that?
I have no idea. What will that make us then? The Andromeda way? The Milky-Omeda?
Milky-Dromeda?
The Drilky way?
The Drilky way.
Andromeda has 1 trillion stars, alright, just think about that. So that's 1,000 billions, right? Our Milky Way is probably around anywhere between 3 and 400 billion, they think now.
Yep.
And of course, we can only see the Milky Way from one side. We can't see the other side, so we're just basing that off. We're just basing that off algorithmic data. They just do an average of the stars on one side and double it up, and that's how we know. But it's pretty cool that the Andromeda galaxy and the Milky Way will collide. Our children's children may be alive to witness that. Fingers crossed. But funnily enough, when they do collide, nothing will probably collide because space is mostly empty space.
Yeah, but I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I know, but they're going to be so covered in data at that stage.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to be
just going to be two big data galaxies.
Data crashing into each other at that point.
In other news, a submarine could explore the seas of Saturn's huge moon, Titan, which sports huge lakes of liquid hydrocarbons.
I don't believe
on its like, frigid surface. Yeah, that's what they're saying. If NASA can get the funding, they could be ready by 2030. So that means we will be able to explore Enceladus as well, and some of the other moons down there. So imagine that we'll be able to actually go into the liquid hydrogen seas and see what the hell is under there.
That's bonkers.
That's pretty cool.
That seems a long way off, given we haven't been back to the moon since.
I know,
and we haven't done some really local shit.
Yeah, we don't have like a Starbucks up there or something. You know what I mean?
I'm not really supposed to be going up the shops without a mask now. How are we going to be dropping?
That's a good point. That's a fair point, actually. Yeah. That's a fair point.
That is a trippy idea that they're going to transport a submarine
to
the moon of Saturn and go and going diving around there. That's
I know.
nuts. That's crazy. What are we up to? That's brilliant.
There you go.
Why not?
Also, in other news, an enormous collision in space has led astronomers to discover the most massive black hole yet. The LIGO Wave Observatory.
The Laser Interferometer Galactic Wave Observatory.
Easy for you to say. Exactly what he said. And the Virgo Observatory have just discovered a black hole after it merged with a smaller companion, less massive than it. It was still massive, and it emitted a gravitational wave, or like basically a ripple in space that we were able to detect here on Earth pretty recently.
But a black hole's a whole lot of nothing, and two whole lot of nothings makes a whole lot of nothing.
Well, it's not because it's actually a load of it's so dense. Its mass is so heavy and so dense, so it's actually not nothing. It's something.
Data.
It's data. It's a data hole. But they reached back and found out that the violent cosmic collision happened billions and billions of years ago. So it's shown us now that there could be possibly even bigger massive black holes back there. We just haven't been able to see back that far. That's why when James Webb now, that's funny because that gravitational wave only reached us now after billions of years. So when we get the James Webb telescope, which they've delayed like last year, they've delayed it for ages. But when the James Webb is finally up and operational, the James Webb telescope, no offense to Hubble has been so good, but this James Webb is going to see infinitely further. We're going to see right back to the start.
I don't think Hubble's offended. Hubble's grand. It was like right now thinking, Ramon, it's okay.
It's alright, bro.
I know what I put out there. The deep field, you've loved that shit.
Yeah, you love that shit.
Don't worry.
I do my job.
It's okay. You can love the James Webb. It's okay. You can love us both.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean though? Like, they just found that out this week. That's big stuff, man. We're discovering like a whole lot of new gear going on every week. This is what's going down. That's what's trippy.
This is what's trippy.
I think that's gonna.
And also, like the light from stuff and the gravitational ripple waves that are coming across space are still on their way here. So we're kind of like just sitting here waiting for stuff to. It's like waiting on the news. We're waiting on galactic news. Whoa! Did you see that? That was a bit of a.
There was a ripple in time.
There was a ripple in time there. For sure.
I do feel that.
What's coming up this week then with regard to Galactic Stargazing tours? We didn't do any this week, unfortunately, because the clouds, the sky gods frowned on us this week. We did a fantastic one last week. We got some great reviews, which we'll put up soon.
Moon was good.
Moon was good. But this week coming now, we're coming up to a new moon, so there will be no moon next weekend, but there is the Andromeda Galaxy to see. We are going to be able to see beautiful star clusters in Perseus and Cassiopeia, which are two of our favourite constellations up towards the north.
Jupiter, the moons.
Jupiter and the moons is visible. Saturn and the rings is visible.
Mars is up
too, so we can see tree. We can see
That's
tree
cool,
plants.
Man. I love that. Like
yeah,
standing
Mars
on
is
the
cool.
rock, looking at another rock. There's 4 other rocks up there.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It's nice.
It's pretty
I like
awesome.
that.
You know me though. I'm a star cluster. I'm a
Yeah.
star cluster kind of guy. When people see the Perseus double cluster, which is a star cluster up in Perseus, which is just below the constellation of Cassiopeia, it is one of the deepest, most amazing diamond-like smashed glass, deep, thought-provoking piece of art in the sky, which I always leave till the end of every stargazing tour, because it's kind of like the piece de resistance. You have to see this thing. Anyone who's seen it, who's been to Galactic, will tell you it is absolutely spectacular. The double souffle, as I call it.
It's really nice.
It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I mean, if we could look at nothing else, I'd just look at that. What else have we got? Hercules is around. We can see some globular clusters.
Galactic Center?
Yeah, Galactic Center in Sagittarius. Galactic Center, when I say that to people, they're like, what is Galactic Center? What do you mean? I mean the center of the Milky Way. Downtown, the downtown section. Like, don't forget that we are out in the sticks where we are. If the Milky Way is basically like a big disc, Galactic Center is there, obviously, but we are quite far out from the disc, right? We're kind of 2/3 of the way out, 26,000 light years from the center.
It's better with a frisbee, isn't it?
It's better with a frisbee and a laser pointer, but
on the night.
On the night, yeah. So we're quite far out, but down at the Galactic Center, that is the Manhattan of the Milky Way. It is.
So if you're on a planet in there, you're looking around. There's like 50 suns around the place. So
well, if you can handle the radiation, which if anything lives down there, which
I think I can, man. I take it.
If they can handle radiation, they've probably evolved to live down there. But when you look at the night sky, there are so many suns in the sky that is perpetually daytime. There is no such thing as night. They're probably all like albino beings or something.
Great for the tomatoes.
Great for the tomatoes. So when we go down there, and we're like, hey, what's up? Really nice to meet you. I'm from Earth. And they're like, cool. And I was like, yeah, it was really nice meeting you. I'll see you tonight. And they're like, what's that? Tonight, what's that? Well, when the sun goes down, well, we have 7 billion suns.
Which one?
They don't go down. They're like, you mean you have a nighttime? You have one sun? It's like, yeah, we've one sun.
But then just like a little bit away would be nice, like just in the burbs, wouldn't it? Because you could go and get like 3 or 4 sunsets a day.
We're lucky in a way that we can observe the night sky the way we can. So keep that in mind, guys. Like we're quite far out that we actually get a chance to see the stars. Do you know what I mean? If there's any life forms out there, if they're living towards galactic center, it's hopping down there. There's billions of stars in the sky, and they're all so tightly packed together. When you see the Milky Way across the sky, what you're actually looking into is the Sagittarius arm of the Milky Way. So that's what you're looking at.
It's great to be an Earthling, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, right now it is. Yeah, humanoid.
Don't even think about that. Like we call ourselves humans a lot, but not so much Earthlings. It's usually the aliens calling us Earthlings. Do you get it?
Yeah, well, we're aliens too. Don't forget, because
no, to them we're Earthlings.
Well, I think we're also an alien species because we're unknown.
But who?
Whatever's out there.
No, when we go when the aliens come here, we call them aliens, and they call us Earthlings. But if we knew where they were from, like if they were from, Brackanack, then they'd be like Brackanackians.
From Brackanack.
They'd be Brackanackians.
Cut. So, if you guys want to join us on our Stargazing tour next weekend, by the way, guys, people always message us and go, are you planning a Stargazing tour on December the 29th, they're always trying to ask us, are we going to be running a Stargazing on a certain date? Obviously, we can't answer that for you because we're at the mercy of the weather. So, put it this way, we aim to run Stargazing tours every single week, every weekend, Friday, Saturday or Sunday. Whichever night is clear, we will go. So we will aim to put up an event at the start of every week. People will book in. If it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. If I say it's going to be on Friday, as it gets closer to the day, the weather does change. So if you're okay with being flexible, it could change to a Saturday night, then it's game ball. So we aim to run them every single week. So when we put an event up on our Facebook page, just book in, but just know it could be a Friday or the Saturday. But we usually know within a day which day is going to be definitely the one. Okay? So this week, there's all the lovely things you're going to see. Perseus double cluster, Galactic Center and Sagittarius, Scutum star cloud, which is amazing. It's like a synapse of the brain, heaving and gurgling with stars. It's pretty amazing. You're going to see the Andromeda Galaxy. Now, you're not going to see it like Hubble sees it, but you're going to see a faint ball in the sky with a faint disc around it, which is the stars of a trillion stars of the Andromeda Galaxy, traveling 2.5 million years from the past. When the light left Andromeda to get to your eyeball, we didn't exist. So it's a pretty amazing thing to witness, isn't it?
We certainly weren't here at that stage.
No, we certainly weren't here at that stage.
Not even my dad was here at that point. Or my mum. 2.5 million. Who
2.5
was here 2 million years ago?
Dinos? No, they were 75. Who was here 2.5 million years ago? Anunnaki.
All right, yeah.
Maybe. So we're going to sign off now, guys. Thanks a million for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel for more galactic news updates and more content coming from us in the future. And anything else you want to wrap up with there?
Happy days. That's nice to get one under the belt, isn't it?
It's nice to get one under the belt. Hopefully we will be doing our galactic news every week. So stay tuned. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up for the video. And we'll see you guys soon.
Explode it.